Hey guys, ScannerDanner here. My name is actually Paul Danner, but ScannerDanner, works because we play with scan tools on this channel. We do diagnostic work, electronics, fuel injection is our thing. We're doing something a little different. 1978 Dodge Power Wagon doesn't really have electronics, but we're gonna put fuel injection on my truck. That's what we're doing. We're working with a Holley system, and we're doing an unboxing today as best we can. We don't normally do unboxings, but some of you want this.
Everything's wrong. I mean, I feel like an idiot. Like, what the hell? I don't understand.
I can't plug it in.
I can't plug it in.
And we broke the little freaking clip. We don't normally do unboxings, but some of you want this. And this will really be the first of many videos that we do on this build. The engine was just built by Jamsey Online. It's a 483 stroker, and we were really determined initially on leaving it carbureted. The intake manifold was port matched to the cylinder heads. It's got trick flow cylinder heads on it. So we're staying with that manifold. But then we researched some things a little bit more, some of the aftermarket fuel injection systems that are out there. And I put a post out on Facebook, and it was like, should we go carbureted or fuel injected? And I tagged Holley in it, and it was awesome. That post took off, and Holley reached out to me the next day and said they wanted to partner with us on this. And I was like, well, with the partnership, how could I not do it from a standpoint of having that partnership and then also having content for you guys? This is a fuel injection channel. Why would I put a carburetor on my engine? Let's go fuel injection. Let's put a wideband O2 sensor in it, and let's adjust fuel curves. And this is gonna be fun. I'm really excited about doing this project, but today we're just gonna do an unboxing. This is the Terminator Stealth EFI system we're using. Again, it's a throttle body injection system because we wanna stay with the manifold that we have. Well, let's do an unboxing. Let me show you guys what's here, and then we'll talk about where we're going next. Let's start with this guy, an actual unboxing that I didn't open yet and was excited to open. All right, so we got two boxes inside this. This is essentially what an old Holley carburetor would look like. Same kind of setup. In fact, I have a Holley carb downstairs. Let me go grab it real quick because Caleb's never seen anything like this. So here you go. This is a Holley 750 carburetor. There's your choke. And you see the setup. I mean, it's essentially a 4-barrel carburetor size-wise, this throttle body unit. The difference with this one, you have throttle position sensor right here, and then wiring for your injectors that are inside of this. I think this also has a built-in pressure sensor. I'm not totally sure yet, but I can see injectors here. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and there's 4. I think there's an internal pressure sensor or map sensor in here. I'm not positive about that. We will certainly let you guys know along the way on this build. In the other box that was in that main box, that's what I thought, we got our wiring harness. Got your wideband O2 sensor. What's nice about this system, from what I've read too, is you can use other components. Let's say you have a wideband sensor failure, there's parts listed that are the crossover that you can use for this system, so I like that. Wideband O2, your wiring harness for the engine. All of this stuff will be going over when we do the build. What do we have here? This is fuel pump wiring, it looks like. That's pretty sweet. Then we have, oh, it's the little monitor for your adjustments for your fuel map and everything. It's got a little stylus, so it's touchscreen. That's pretty cool. You can make adjustments on the fly. We got a big learning curve in front of us. I want to say, this is advertised to the do-it-yourselfer, and you don't need to be an expert to do this. We would be considered experts in our field with fuel injection, but we're gonna keep this as simple as possible. And I can't resist anytime there's paper like this. I'm sorry, that was me popping the bubbles. Anyway, we're experts, but this is sold to us as a DIY project. So we should be able to do this straightforward for everyone. We will add the technical stuff and know-how that we have in it along the way. I missed my main point there. My main point was we know nothing about this system. So you guys gotta bear with us as we go. We're learning with you guys along the way. Some carburetor fuel injection EFI unit base gaskets, some pressure sensors. That looks like that's a 2-pin, so that's going to be a coolant temp sensor. Sorry, not a pressure sensor. We have instruction manual, which we definitely need to read before we turn the camera on this build.
You know, this is
tried to plug
listen, but this is what guys do. We don't pick up the owner's manual first, right? We just got to see what plugs in where and try it. This is stupid.
You can't figure out how to use it.
No.
And then the last part of this box is in another box. What is this guy? I think this is my actual engine computer. That's awesome. That is my ECM. Map sensors in here. How do I know that? This vacuum line right here. And I think from what I read about this, there's an option of using the internal map sensor, or you can add an external one to have it under the hood. I think so, don't quote me on that, but that's what that line's for, is an internal map sensor inside the module. And I think you can pick either one. So I like that from a standpoint of, you know, if you have a failure, say in the internal module, you can still use an external map. So that's pretty sweet. All right, we'll be seeing a lot more of this, guys. I'm gonna put this back. This is our TBI unit, our engine computer, our main wiring harness, our LCD display, our wideband O2 and related wiring, and then your throttle body unit was all part of that first box. So this was one other piece, this last shipment that came in. I think this is an extension for my fuel pump, because we're going with an in-tank electric fuel pump on this build. And there's a maximum depth that you can use. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. For the sending unit, there's a maximum depth. This is an extension piece for our in-tank electric pump that allows you a further distance from the top of the tank. Universal hanger kit, yeah, that's what that's for. Okay, you guys will see that firsthand when we put the pump in the tank. I think that might be one of the first things we do. All right, let's keep going. What else we have? This is a distributor, I believe. So this is what they call the Hyper Spark distributor. And what this provides for us, this is a 3-wire pickup. This is a Hall effect signal, so it's gonna be a nice, clean, on-off square wave. One of the things that we learned with our build with JMZ Online is they had what was the injection system they were using? Phytech, I think. That system did not like the factory Mopar ignition signal from the distributor. Didn't like it. We actually have here, let me show you what it looks like. It's pretty muddy. This image is what on our no spark video we did on my Power Wagon, where we show you what the pickup coil signal looks like. Not a clean signal. Partly why we're going with this distributor. You can run these, from what I know, with the factory system. You don't have to have the computer control the ignition. You can stay vacuum centrifugal advance if you want. We decided we want the computer to control it. If the computer's controlling ignition advance, then you need to have a different distributor for that. And one of them is the HyperSpark system. This is made by Holley. There's other ways that you can go about this. There's your number there. We can get all this more later. And we'll talk more about this later as far as what else can be used to help you guys that are maybe planning on doing the same thing and you want to save yourself a little bit of money. You can go with like a GM. I think the GM 7-pin ignition distributor can be used as well. I think, don't quote me on that. We'll learn more as we go. That'll be a specific video. All of these will be. This is my in-tank electric pump. So some variables with this one too. You can go with an external pump, you can go internal pump. We chose internal, it's just better. As far as no baffles being in a fuel tank, which ours does not have. That's what Holley designed, this really big, what we would call a SOX strainer, that allows the fuel to be pulled from various locations inside the tank, eliminating the need for baffles. So when you go around bends, we're still gonna pick up the fuel. This is our pump assembly, and it is a universal design where these fingers kind of hold it. And then we also have the pump itself. It's just a standard looking fuel pump. This stuff gets trimmed based on, you know, the depth of your tank. You guys will see a video on this too. What do we got? Various ports. We're running pressure and return lines to our pump. So these are all fuel line type fittings. So all of these parts are unique to my build. Pressure sensor, that's gonna be either oil or fuel pressure, because I think I have two. One's gonna be oil and one's gonna be fuel. I don't know which one's which at this point, but that's what those are. Those will be inputs to my engine computer. Fuel line, this will be part of my throttle body unit. All right, this guy is gonna go between these two, and then I have a spot for my pressure sensor. Fuel pressure sensor will mount on here. Pretty sure that's what that is. And that's optional. You don't have to monitor fuel pressure, I don't think, but I want to. I want to be able to see it. This is a 60 PSI system from what I remember reading. Okay, this is my ignition coil. All right, this is your Sniper EFI coil. And honestly, this just looks like a conventional style ignition coil that I've seen on many different factory systems. A coil tower boot, and then wiring for the coil. I believe this is the ignition module. This is our, this is gonna be what controls your spark. This will be where your driver is gonna be located that controls the ignition coil. And then the engine computer is gonna talk to this thing to tell it how and when to advance it, retard it, okay? So that's your ignition module. And from what I was told, this is based off of MSD, but there's your title and name of what we're dealing with here. All of this stuff, guys, we're gonna do together. We'll do it the DIY build as it's supposed to be, but we're gonna add the ScannerDanner effect to it, which is we're gonna look at signals on lab scopes and
Just take way too long to do it.
take way too long to do it, you know? Teaching, that's what we do on this channel. I'm a teacher. My son calls me Captain Longwind. If you guys haven't figured that out already, yeah, probably have already in this video. Set of ignition wires, MSD, okay? Last box. I believe this is some fuel line stuff. Yeah. More fittings, adapters, and inline fuel filter. So we got pressure and return lines. I don't know if these are all the same as far as the rating. This says Earl's Vapor Guard, fuel injection hose, 3/8, 225 PSI, high pressure hose. And then this is 225 PSI. So they sent two rolls of the same, our pressure and return lines. They didn't skip out and run a cheaper line for return. There's no pressure in return lines, but yeah. I was never a fan of rubber lines front to back. We're probably gonna combine these with some 3/8 existing metal line that I have, mainly because it runs and routes near my exhaust system. So that's it with the injection stuff. We have one more piece. I wanna talk about the headers. And then I would just want to remind you guys to follow along. We would love to hear your comments under here on what you'd like to see first. Most likely for us, from a practical standpoint, we will probably start with the fuel pump, get that part put in because I'm going to pull my bed off to do that. And then we still don't have the engine installed. Again, this is in the middle of winter. We're doing this in the driveway. Yes, I have the option to do this at my brother's shop, but if we take it to my brother's shop, then we're rushed. We got to get it done because he's got customers that got to come in, and we want to do this in the driveway, true backyard style, just like the rest of you guys that might consider doing a build like this. We're going to do it in the backyard. So I want to hear your comments. What do you want to see first? We appreciate you guys being here. One last thing. A great source of frustration for me was the previous owner of my Power Wagon notched the frame on my truck to fit these shorty headers that were on it. So you see the notched frame, these headers that were on the block before it was built, they didn't fit well. So I did a bunch of research and a lot of the groups I'm in, special thanks to my Tin Grill buddies, the Tin Grill page on Facebook, and there was a lot of different recommends on what headers would fit the big block Mopar engines. One of the brands that was mentioned was this one right here, Flowtech. fingers crossed these are gonna fit without any frame trimming. But I wanted to go with our 600 horsepower engine that was built, 650 foot-pounds of torque. I wanted to go with the long tube headers over the shorties. We're gonna redesign the exhaust system, starting with this. And the biggest reason I purchased this one, and yes, there is a purchase here. This wasn't all gifted to me. I did buy, this is a partnership. There's still cost that comes out of our pocket. But I wanted the Flotex because of fitment, right? Hopefully that happens. I'll show you what they look like. I have the one of them's downstairs right now, but one of them. Okay. Oh, gaskets, nice. Got some gaskets, some header bolts, cool. All right, so that's another issue, the exhaust system. We also need to figure out what we're gonna do as far as putting the O2 sensor in the exhaust and where we're gonna put it. So all stuff we're gonna handle too with you guys. Again, I wanna hear your comments, what you wanna see, any questions you may have, why do we go with this system, and I'm anticipating at least 4, maybe 5 more videos on this series on everything. So excited to do this with you. Special thanks to Holley for partnering with us, and special thanks for you guys for just following along. So make sure you like and share. Tell your friends. ScannerDanner is building a fuel injection system for his Power Wagon. See you guys next time.